Welcome, everybody, to Is This Thing On? This is the final episode of the season, Season 2. We're going on hiatus after this for the rest of April. I've got to get through Bikes on the Bayou. Then I'm going overseas with Trey to your homeland. We have a wonderful day as today. This is the final day. You are not supposed to be in this seat, yet you are here, Jerry Wayne Longmire.
Yes, sir.
Replacing the third female to drop out on Is This Thing On. And I only have to say that publicly because someone will go back through and be like, they're not diverse enough and they don't hire women and blah, blah, blah.
Oh, we do. They just don't show up.
And I just don't want it to be my fault. Radu Bondar next to him and Antonio Aguilar across the
Girls
table.
are supposed to stand you up, right? It happens to me
It's
all the time.
all the time.
These hoes ain't loyal.
That's their MO. Back at house being covered by Hilla Felice. We do have females in the room. So and comedians. Trey Tutson is off tonight, so we don't know where he is. We are going to get to it. We have a lot to cover this episode. We don't know where he is.
He's always at large.
I think he's getting headshots done tonight.
No, he's getting head.
Okay, he didn't finish the
read the
text.
message.
I thought he just
Can't
said.
be there
he's
'cause
like,
of head.
He's like, Slade, I'm getting head. Hold on, shots.
I thought he said.
If you know Trey, he's at medium at most. Okay,
That's not fair. He's not here. He knows. I'm kidding. That's you'd be mad.
No, Andy's in the chat. Hey, Andy
Good to
Huggins.
see him. Andy Huggins, we're working on his special. We'll pimp that later. We're getting to the second, it's 2 weeks in a row of Will Smith news. So he has resigned from the Academy. We're not going to blah, blah, blah our way through that. The news, though, is that Bad Boys 4 in pre-production is now quickly going on pause, which makes me wonder about other sequels that Will Smith might have, could have, should have, wasn't in, or could be. What other Will Smith sequels? And we'll go around the table here. I'm going to start with you, Jerry. Which ones also got canceled?
Oh, well, they've canceled the sequel 10 Pounds where he donates his hands.
That's strong, Radu.
They've also said, I don't know if they've canceled it entirely, but he's not going to be playing Hitler anymore in Jojo Rabbit 2 because they said you have to be a member of the Academy to play Hitler.
Oh, that's Antonio.
he was going to star in the sequel to Ali, where they're going to talk about the rest of his life. He's still going to be in it. He's just not going to star. Now he's going to play Ali's daughter, Layla, because he hits like a girl.
Slap jokes. J-Dub.
They've canceled the sequel to Enemy of the State called Enemy of My Mate.
Oh, look at See, that's not fair. You're married. You have access to all of these, the vernacular of the married man.
Oh, I thought that was a British
Oh.
reference.
Good day.
I don't like you. Radu.
I can't believe that, people were talking about like Chris Rock should have known better about the joke because he had a black hair documentary or whatever. Well, it's the same thing for Will Smith. Him and Dave Chappelle were working on a Jamaican slapboxing documentary. So there's precedent here to say he knew better.
He should have known better. Antonio?
He's going to be in the new Saw movie, getting tortured to death by Chris Rock. But all he's going to do is just make him watch Head of State and Down to Earth on repeat. Fucking, it's going to be brutal. Unrated.
That's so wrong.
One of my favorite movies by him is called The Pursuit of Happiness, but we're not going to get to see The Pursuit of Slappiness. I'm sorry for that one.
Oh, he went with a pun in round 3.
I thought of Pursuit of Slappiness like 15 times. Just don't say it.
I apologize for it immediately afterwards.
I thought about it every time I saw it in a meme on Facebook.
Oh, I never saw that.
Some of us are in the real world.
Even though it was Kubrick's last film, they were going to bring back Eyes Wide Shut too. But this one, it was going to be Will Smith and the whole party fucks his wife. So they're not. They're thinking they're going to have to rewrite that.
Eyes swole shut.
But they got Will's eyes like held open like Clockwork Orange, watching his wife get fucked. It's a different movie.
That's so wrong.
They took him off Men in Black. The next one, he's going to be in Men on the Blacklist.
He has certainly made that. J-Dub, anymore?
Yeah, man. He was slated to play in a biopic, actually.
Biopic?
Yeah. You know what a biopic
He calls
is?
them biopics.
Oh, okay. Well, whatever.
I'm sorry.
Biopic. Yeah, he's slated to play in a biopic about Gary Payton. You know who Gary Payton is? One of the greatest NBA defensive hands of all time. The glove.
My favorite weed strain.
I thought Michael Jackson was the glove.
Wait, so he's playing.
Well, not now.
Oh,
can't put him in a movie called The Glove.
Can we just appreciate like being talked down to culturally by someone with Jerry's accent? Yeah, it's a biopic, motherfucker. Ain't never heard of it?
I'm sorry.
Richard Linklater and shit.
Damn.
He was gonna be the first Black Dr. Evil in Austin Powers 5, but apparently it's gonna trigger Jada too much to have like the bald cap around the house. So not going down.
Any more?
He's gonna be in Jackass.
That's
He's gonna be in a movie based on that episode where the Fresh Prince, where his dad abandons him, and this is when everyone sees that his dad was right to abandon him.
Anybody else got anything they want to ring in on Will Smith before I get to know you guys a little bit better?
I don't want to read these.
He's like, no, they hip checked me on slappiness. I'm out.
I'm sorry.
The rest of them just get worse.
No, it's probably got a word he only knows
No,
how to
it-
pronounce in Spanish.
I almost said Slappy Gilmore. I didn't do it. You know?
I got to remake a Cool Hand Luke starring Will as a poker playing Iraq vet on the wrong side of the law, affectionately dubbed Red Hand Rob.
See, he gave us the out. He gave us the out. He told us to move on.
Ulster Volunteer Force?
He
Nothing.
said
The right
he said
red
I don't
hand?
want to do these.
I like that one because I haven't seen that one on Facebook.
Segment 2. Let's get to know each other. I'm going to start to my right with Facebook judge Antonio Aguilar. Tell him who you are.
I'm a nobody. I'm a tramp, a bum, a hobo. I'm a boxcar and a jug of wine and a straight razor if you get too close.
Speak, brother.
The Houston bad boy, a.k.a. Yolanda Saldivar, a.k.a. Arroz con Pollo, a.k.a. Alpaca Porn on Instagram, a.k.a. TJ Maxx on OnlyFans. Subscribe for free. You don't even need a credit card, just the email address.
Si, senor.
Chicken and rice, ladies and gentlemen. Chicken and rice. Antonio Aguilar. We'll come back to find out what you look like. I'm going to go to J-Dub. You're over here. You don't get to do this as often as they do. This is only
No,
your
I
second
don't,
time,
man,
and you've
but-
never had to describe yourself, have you?
Yeah, I've done
Did
that
you do
one
that
one
one?
time. That's why I just had fun. I grew up the eldest of 7 sons of a rural boot cobbler in the river bottoms of Sabine River, where I worked tirelessly for years helping my daddy make boots and trucks. He was also a truck cobbler. Sorry. The days were long and weren't much entertainment in the evening besides licking batteries for a jolt and watching Carson reruns with the old man. I began writing jokes about the boots and passing the time doing nothing in life but to be legit. I quit. Made my way to the dusky haze of Buffalo Bayou so I could spend my nights in vapey nightclubs to find an audience for my well-tuned truck and boot rhetoric. Spending my days daydreaming about my own nightly talk show where I could wear denim everything and share my great love of all things mechanical and leather with the nation.
I'll be damned. He is at Jerry Wayne Live or Jerry Wayne Longmire on TikTok.
Jerry Wayne Live.
Jerry
Jerry Wayne Longmire on
See,
TikTok.
that's-
Yeah.
I wanted to find the wrong
Well,
one.
yeah.
Somebody's out there benefiting off your other handle. Yes, absolutely. And if he didn't pronounce batteries and Sabine right, I don't think biopic was in the cards. So
I almost-
just let that go.
I was going to say something about batteries, but I've learned to shut the fuck up for the rest of this.
Radu.
What's up? I'm Radu. I'm a comedian. I'm known from a lot of things. Some of you might have known that I was a stand-in for Papa John in a commercial in 2018. I'm a foot taller than him, but they said it worked. I opened for the Houston Rockets in a room adjacent to where the Rockets play. I was offered $100. It has not come yet. So that's my public sort of resume. But you can also find me on the Alan Dershowitz podcast twice a week. We do segments talking about like OJ's book, If I Did It, and helping other people show that they weren't complicit in crimes that may or may not have happened.
Ah, lovely Radu Bondar.
Dershcast twice a week.
What do you look like?
What do I look like? Okay, we're going straight into this.
He's a-
So I've been thinking for this a while. The CIA might have been complicit in the 1993 Oklahoma City bombings of the Murrah building. There was a CIA pilot that flew a man named Andres Strassmeyer out of the country the day after the explosion. They couldn't figure out if they flew him to either Germany or Mexico. I look kind of like that pilot. Have you seen? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I know exactly.
My
what
God,
you're
it's
talking
I think it leapt into everyone's head before you even got there. I think
about. Yeah, Stacey
they were
Anderson told me all about it. doesn't
got
it?
ahead of you. Jerry Wayne, what do you look like? You look like you're in the middle of a glass of water.
I look like if John Gooden hadn't made it.
Did you say John Goodman? So John
Yeah.
Badman?
John Unmademan.
John Goddamn.
It's just an anagram.
That got weird.
Sorry.
Antonio, what about you?
Okay, I look like Fez from that '70s show if he had been living in Eric's basement this whole time. Half Latino, half Wisconsin, white trash. I'm like a Bush Light with a lime in it.
And the salt on there.
Yeah.
Strong. This is my dais. I'm happy with this. We have a good show to go. How are we gonna do this? We're gonna go into Jerry. We've played these games before, but none of these with you, and none of these with these contestants. So let's see what happens. You guys have been. We've recruited you to a rehab facility for addiction. We're forcing you all three to go to weekly meetings. The problem is your conditions are all so rare that you're the only person in the session. So we have to put you in a group. That's what we've done. You guys are going to have to group session each other. You're going to introduce yourselves. Hi, my name is. Let's figure it out. Jerry, you, we're starting there, are addicted to boxing.
Okay. Hi, my name is Jerry.
Hi, Jerry.
Hi, Jerry.
Hi,
Thank
Jerry.
you. I'm containerholic. No, well, I can't resist putting shit in boxes. It started out, my wife's ordering all this shit from Amazon. I had all these boxes left over. She's like, get rid of the boxes. Can't get rid of the boxes, man. I can't just let a good box go to waste. People say, break it down. That's fucking crazy. You can't break down something somebody else goddamn created. So then I started looking for shit to fill the boxes in for months longer. You know, I was over at my neighbor's garage stealing boxes, putting shit in boxes. Now I'm standing at the Home Depot asking for people to fucking give me shit to put in my boxes. I'm at rock bottom.
Sometimes I bet you just go on the internet and call people Republicans or Democrats without even taking a long look at what they really believe. Jerry Wayne Longmire, addicted to boxing.
So that's what boxing is.
Yes. That's what boxing. We're about to find out what wood is. Antonio, you're addicted to that.
All right. Hey, y'all. I'm Antonio. I'm a woodaholic. It's not as gay as it sounds.
But it is.
You can catch me in my treehouse, chilling, sniffing Lincoln logs.
Oh, those smell good.
You know, pinching my dick with chopsticks. Giving myself splinters on purpose. I don't know why I'm at this rehab. I'm not really trying to change. You can bury me in a pine box in nothing but Dutch shoes.
I like that. That splitter's like a to-go box.
Hell yeah. I'm like Albert Fish, you know. I just like the feeling.
Oh, that's what wood is, and that's what it's like to be addicted to it. Radu, I don't know what you're going to do here. We know what boxing is, and we know what wood is. What would one do with an addiction like the number 4?
Well, first of all, I want to appreciate the testament from my brothers over here. Every
Preach.
time I pass the Container Store or Home Depot, I'm going to think on y'all because that's a difficult place to be in. I'm what you call a workaholic, all right? I'm addicted to the number 4. I'm a work for hire. You know what I mean? I'll do anything. Anytime. I'm addicted to work. I'll suck dick for work. I realized at some point sucking dick was work, so I was in a conundrum.
Yeah.
I was in a real...
It's a never-ending cycle.
I didn't
yeah.
understand. I'm like, was this the part I like or the one I don't like? But I have to focus on my stuff. I have to work these steps and talk to my sponsor because my disease is out there in the parking lot getting stronger doing push-ups while I'm in here working by myself, okay? It's easy to think, oh, I'll pick up a shift or something, you know, little whatever. Then you're assistant manager. All of a sudden you own the place. It's fucked up. It doesn't stop. You know what I'm saying? You bottom out quicker than you think. And I've been work-free for about 4 years now, and it's been the best I can do. I mean, I don't think I'll ever touch a drop again.
How will you manage?
I mean, I get these checks from the government.
It seems like you've got this licked.
Yeah,
You
it
can
makes
go.
it I have 3 disabilities, technically.
You can go. I'm. If you're on your way out the door, just don't touch his box. Yes.
Or Antonio's wood.
Yeah, that's. That was a given. Please don't touch
If y'all
Antonio's
if y'all
wood.
need a sponsor, though, someone to tell your sexual secrets to, my phone is open. You call me anytime, okay?
That sounds like work.
I barely betray. I barely betray.
That sounds like work.
This is a nice table you have, Slade.
Oh, so I'm gonna need you to put your pants back on. This is segment 4. You guys, we've grabbed you. We're jerking you out of the room where you're giving us all your.
You're gonna jerk me out of the room, or you can jerk me in here too.
I'm gonna have to put on some wooden
right.
gloves. The
Clackety, clackety,
dude, he's with these regular hands.
The splinters. The splinters, please.
To go box for
Make
your
it sound
penis.
like a clog dancer or I can't come.
Sound like I'm doing like I'm making a horse noise in the 20s. Opening remarks, you guys. Welcome to this big fundraiser. You're all raising money. There's 3 organizations here, and you guys are the ones required to raise the money for these companies. I don't know what these are even. Radu, you're going to begin as you raise money for Hyper, Hyper.
Yo, what's up? Thanks for being here, everybody. I know a lot of y'all have been brutally associated with violence and sex traffic and all kinds of things. But we're just doing a profession that was handed down to us by our family. So here at Humane Young Pimps Expecting Revenue, we're trying to figure out a way to remove the violence from pimping, right? The same way that China has found a way to separate. The same way that China has found a way to separate democracy and capitalism, we too can take the violence out of sex trafficking, all right? And it's not even trafficking. We don't have to think of ourselves as enforcers or protectors. We need to think of ourselves as payment processors, okay? Because these hoes ain't loyal. They'll find other security guards. They unionize. But if we can make these hoes go cashless, right? Crypto. You know what I'm saying? It's the revolution. All right, I got to go. I got 5 minutes left. But anyway, we'll talk more later.
Venmo some pussy.
Hyper.
Radu for a Hyper. Humane Young Pimps Expecting Revenue.
We could use it on Bis and that.
I was gonna say, I bet we could. There's some places for this.
Yeah.
Jerry, we're gonna say on your side of the table, you are raising money for Scared.
Yes. The society. Fuck, I can't remember. I thought I could, but I just.
That's how scary
The
it is.
Society for Can't Always Remember Every Damn Prompt.
Well, it's not scared of.
The pimp ran over and jumped in the. All right, sorry.
It's the Society of Carpenters at Risk for ED. I'm so glad to have you all here. I hope you'll all join me in our serenity prayer.
How can you have be a carpenter and not get a boner?
That's why you carry all them tools.
You don't need the tape measure. Carry on.
God grant us the serenity to accept the erections that won't be. The courage to take a gas station pill to fix ones that might be. And the wisdom to know that too many of those give us a hell of a headache.
Preach, brother.
I'm here before you, tool belt in hand, asking for your help and generous nature. We should no longer be stricken by a useless tool at hand when with enough donations we can lobby for all seating public facilities to be widened enough so that we may wear our tool belts at all times. No man should be sent out into the world without a fine working tool in his possession, regardless of what cruel indignities have been forced on him by nature. Rise with hammer in hand and declare your usefulness before the world. Together we will erect a better world for the children other people will sire.
It works if you work it.
The right to build a treehouse anywhere.
Oh, yeah.
That is strong. And belts befitting. Scared. Jerry Rain Longmire raising money. Antonio, we come to you. And I cannot even imagine where we will go with the organization Pirate.
Yeah, we're pirate people in really awesome T-shirts every day.
People in. Oh, got you. Sorry, I was trying to.
I said it too fast.
No, I heard it too slow. I heard it too slow.
It's pirate because if we see a good shirt, it's just Walmart. We'll steal it. We're pirates up in this bitch. We got, and I look around, and I see nothing but legends in here. Mostly ladies and gentlemen, mostly gentlemen. You with the shirt that's Homer Simpson on acid with his face melted down to the skull.
Ooh.
Respect. You with the shirt that says when the virus is over, I still want all of you to stay away from me.
We see you.
Respect. You with the shirt that says best grandma, even though you're clearly a dude.
You were seen.
We don't need personalities because we wear them on our sleeves. In cotton we trust.
Oh, in cotton we trust. I'll drink to that. Raising money for Pirate Antonio Aguilar. I want to give money to all these. Not the tool belt guy. You guys start too early in the fucking morning.
Radu's is actually very practical, and we need that. We actually probably
Yeah,
need that.
I'm working with a few organizations, actually. We'll talk about that later.
Oh, is it competitive?
I know a few comics that could benefit.
It's a dog-eat-dog world.
We have,
I want to get to know some hoes.
These hoes are not loyal.
that's all right. I'm opening up these stories. We have. It's my whole Word document locked up, which is lovely. That's how the internet tends to do to me. We have a bonus story, Jerry, and we were gonna do this on the Whiskey Brothers, and it did not happen. So we have a retake, a redux. Is that French for redo?
I'd say redux, but I'm maybe not the pronunciation
Well,
guy.
you also said
Biopic.
what did he say?
He said biopic, and it's right.
Yeah.
That's
I
how
say sequel.
sequel.
So wait, which one is wrong?
Sequel only. All right.
Which is the right or wrong way to say?
Let's
I
find
thought
it out
was
now.
Sequoia. I don't know what he's saying.
No, biopic.
Oh, it's got
I'm still hung up on that.
It's got to be
No,
biopic.
it's biopic.
It's biopic.
It's there's no.
I know. I was like you when I first heard it. I was like, "That's so wrong."
I say biopic, so when you corrected him
No,
and
but-
laughed even twice, I just sort of I was like, you know what? I might be wrong, but you think it's biopic, so
I know
I'm
it's
probably wrong.
no, I know. I've heard like filmmakers, whatever, be like it's biopic.
I just put a lot of conviction in whatever. I
Which
say.
now shines a beautiful light on your laughter because it was wrong, and we're all here together in our wrongness.
Maybe if there was a hyphen, it would be biopic. But maybe I don't know. Maybe it's I'll
Biopic
take.
just
I'll
doesn't
take the
have
L.
good rhythm. Doesn't feel good.
Yeah,
in your mouth.
it is how you want to read it inherently. It's like the mnemonic way, but then you say, "Hey, it's a good biopic." You're like, "Nah, it sounds fucking stupid."
Yeah.
Biopic sounds pretentious.
But biopic also
that's what-
sounds like a new word you made up. Biopic
And
sounds
that's what
like the portmanteau that it is.
that's what people
And-
in the cinema do. Like,
Is it a biography
it is now.
or is it a biography?
But, okay, but on your website, do you have a bio or do you have a
Bia.
I have
Bio.
a bio.
Well, it's a buy it now. It's, they never buy it.
this grammar
Actually,
stuff.
where it rhymed, they just shut it down. It's bi.
Can you
It's
imagine?
bi.
Imagine if you're like a listener to this show and you're like, "Damn, this was so funny." Then they got to the grammar. Now I'm really feeling it.
I'm in it now. I hope they stay here. I hope they don't go back to that comedy thing they were
damn.
trying.
Well, I'm just glad I didn't say the other T-shirt I almost used, which was synonym rolls, like grammar used to make.
Okay, respect,
Is that
pirates.
a shirt you
That's-
saw or you thought of that?
No,
with
that
your-
was a shirt that I saw on
Okay.
Google. Yeah.
That's so funny.
Oh, I would. That's a keeper. Yeah, you should have included that.
All right. Well, now it's even better.
That's a good, and it is. We got them all in. Hey guys, we got stories. We got 3 stories that I gave y'all, and 1 bonus story we may or may not get to. You ready? You want the bonus story last? Let's do the bonus story last.
Yeah,
let's do
yeah.
these stories
Let's
now.
start in order.
And let's start with the happiest of all the stories: a dead body found along a trail in Georgia. And it turns out deputies responded to the call on Thursday in February when they appeared to see the body of a deceased female wearing white socks. After a little bit more investigation, they found out that it was just not really that. It was a case of littering. It looks like a mannequin here.
Was it a mannequin or a full sex doll?
Sex doll. Well, it's it's all the same. Depending on what you do with it.
No.
really.
Very difficult to
No,
penetrate
no, no.
a mannequin.
I
They,
mean, I don't know.
Okay, you guys corrected me real fast.
Sorry, Radu will tell you. Radu.
It was a sex
I was
doll.
saying them goddamn dolls like $4 or $5 grand. I've
Yeah.
heard. You know.
It was a life-size doll, complete with accessory. It has a model number, so I guess it is more. What a model number is that?
Do you got registered a motherfucker like a car?
or like a drone?
That's like a gun.
She got a license plate on her ass.
It'd be funny if some states you register, some states you don't. Like, I'm never registering my sex doll.
Yeah, we don't register shit in North
Government
Carolina.
wants me to know when I'm fucking plastic.
I thought a model number is just the number 1 through 10, how hot they are.
That's it's her
Boom.
phone number.
I like at the end where the sheriff says no DNA is collected, so everybody's cool. Like, yeah, but I bet something's been added.
Yeah,
You
well,
motherfuckers didn't take turns with that
Can you
thing.
imagine if someone said a deceased 7 was found?
all right. Well, 4 and a 3.
I
Yeah.
just think this is a clear case of like someone casing the joint. Does that make sense? Like someone's like, "Hey, so we're about to kill this bitch, but let's practice with this
Yeah.
one, whatever. We'll do a sloppy job, whatever, and see how long it takes the police to find." Oh, okay, 3 weeks. Yeah, we got enough time to get out of Florida.
That's-
Or whatever.
I thought it was a weird serial killer fantasy game gone too far myself.
It could be. I bet the
Like
folks
some
from Hyper
Dexter-y
were all
type
out
shit.
there checking it out and making sure that no
Well, yeah,
damage
they
was
were-
done.
yeah.
in
Wasn't
the-
one of ours. It's good. It's clean. It's clean. It's not one of ours. All right.
Exactly.
Roll that truck out of here. We got to go.
Fuck those cops though. I love how they still have to give somebody a ticket.
Oh, it's for littering.
Yeah, they're like, just be happy it's not a dead body. Like, nah, they threw that.
We still had to work.
They're still using the language.
We're still billing for that.
What if
It's just a case of littering, which is a $500 ticket.
We thought it was dead white trash.
What if they did use DNA evidence to track down the litterer?
Oh, the cum guy?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, come on. A lot of people come in that thing. You don't know it was me first. When I come in, it was at a club.
You don't know I was the last one.
I need to speak to my lawyer.
How much semen, like, from different guys, where they're just like, you know what, that's too much different semen. Let's just
Too many cooks.
It's a wash.
That's probably, I can't help but wonder if that's not what really happened. They were just like, well, this got fucking weird. Let's just shut it down.
It's a wash. It needs to be washed.
Looks like, someone had a Memphis-style bukkake on this bitch.
They were identifying semen and came across one of the deputies and was like, all right, well,
Yep.
Nope.
Everybody gets out of
We've
jail.
seen enough of this in our line
we
of work.
got 2 deputies and a coroner listed in this thing. Let's shut it down.
The coroner's in there.
I thought you said we've seen enough
Well,
of
he didn't
this.
have nothing to do. He got there and fuck.
The forensic
Looks
investigator.
full.
What's
You
the
know what?
forensic
Coroner
investigators
showed up
come
like,
doing
fuck,
in
there
there?
ain't even a body.
What's the shit called when the police was it civil forfeiture? Are you going to auction this thing, you think? Like,
Civil forfeiture?
yeah.
Or are they going to?
No, it's gonna
They
say
get to keep it under the rules of civil forfeiture.
it's not roadkill.
Yeah, they're like,
Yeah, but like when you have stolen or lost items, stuff like that, and the police they get to keep it.
Whoever
That's civil
finds it.
forfeiture.
I guess it is.
like if you go to police auctions to get your cars, can you also be like, hey, what else y'all got? Like,
This is one of those small towns where it's full, but the rest of the deputies just have their quarters up.
That goes to the SWAT team, buddy.
They're just waiting on some evaporation. You guys ready for a second story? Let's do it. Unless we missed some punches there, we'll come back if we did. This happened in North Carolina. A dog. All right, here we go. A 4 to 5 year old dog of unknown breed recently dropped off at a Stanley County Animal Protective Service.
I thought you said 45-year-old dog.
Yeah. Weirdly, not the weird part of the story. A 45-year-old dog in North Carolina, and they're still freaked out by it being gay. That's why it was dropped off at the.
That's like 200. That's like 200 in dog years, man. He's getting bored.
they said they referred to him as a gay nine.
Okay.
Can you believe this? The Huffington Post wrote gay nine in their article.
They did.
What is that, like the number 9, but it's kind of swivelly? Like in cursive, the cursive. All right.
No, it just looks like sperm.
Yeah.
The end doesn't curve all the way; it just squiggles. They noted.
No, gay 9's a really hot gay dude.
That's a gay 9. That's you'd never find one of those dolls on the side of a road in Atlanta.
You will find them at the pound.
Well, that verb is in there. Although Scientific American notes that homosexual behavior has been observed in more than 1,500 animal species out of the billions on the planet, I think. It's not uncommon for dogs to mount and thrust against other animals, peoples, and objects, blankets, dog beds, toys. They do this. They fuck stuff, male, female, or other. It's very common, I would think. But this dog got dropped off because he was gay.
Also, they didn't say if they had the dog. The dog is 4 to 5 years old, maybe. I don't know how long they had the dog, because it'd be funny if, like, we had him 4 or 5 years, and then this was just one time. Listen, me and my family are Christian Scientists. We cannot have this shit.
I just wonder if the shelters in North Carolina are going to fill up overnight because they're going to be like, God damn, I didn't know we could turn in gay dogs. I've been hiding it from my cousins and shit. I didn't want to tell nobody about it. I wouldn't even take him hunting, you know.
No, we didn't Google
I'd take
this.
him hunting, he licked a gun. I don't know. Can't have that.
We could Google this. We brought two dachshunds, a Weimaraner, and this son of ours who we're not real sure about.
You know, every dog's gay if you got a little peanut butter.
Exactly.
And also, they didn't do like some sort of. They didn't like have bitch dogs around. They're like, no, he hates those. They're too catty. He likes hanging out with the big, strong. No, it's just like that's all that was around. Another dog. Dogs are just horny. That's the real truth of it.
It was a dog or a towel.
That is one
Yeah,
of
the article even says like, oh, they fuck blankets and sometimes even children, right? They try to hump a child or something. You're like, that's so funny. They probably humped a child a bunch. You're like, that's just dog behavior. The second it hits
one
the other
dog.
Yeah.
No, nobody dropped it off for being a pedophile dog.
No, yeah.
Nobody.
I like how they said that nobody was showing up to pick it up.
That's
You know,
it.
I was like, oh, in North Carolina, you can't get rid of a gay dog? That's
well,
weird.
you say that. An update on the story: the dog has now been adopted.
By
Oscar.
a couple from Brooklyn.
Yeah, what are its dad's names?
They brought it home, where they have another dog named Harry, a terrier Chihuahua mix,
Well,
who
that's
is
gay.
not know what he's in for, who's around to help
He
lift
shows up, he's like, ooh, a
Oscar's
mix.
spirit. Yes. So good news down in North Carolina. They found a home for the gay dog.
I would love to watch like a big ass gay dog orgy. It's like a giant 24 dog situation outside of like a dumpster, you know. I'm not for sex stuff, just to be like, yeah, all right, that's nature. That's cool.
How long would you watch it? How long do you think you'd
Till
stay
the end.
for?
What do you mean? I
How
want
long
to see the organization, the way it starts.
To see who wins?
I want to see what the catalyst is.
I feel like that goes
see,
down like one of those wrestling events where whoever's
yeah, it's like Hell in a Cell.
Yes.
Have I ever told you that shit my dad said about the gay dog? Like, my sister came out of the closet and told everybody she was gay, and my dad was like all pissed off at her, and he's yelling at her on the phone. He's like, took her away her car because
she's gonna get a.
like, you're gay, you're gonna walk, you know.
I thought you were saying gave her a truck.
no, just take away her car. And I felt bad for her, you know, she's my younger sister, whatever. And he hangs up the phone, he's all pissed off. I was like, I'll fucking defend her. And he goes, let me tell you something, boy. Let me tell you something. If your dog did it, you'd shoot him. And I was like, instantly, all of a sudden, because he shot a lot of my dogs. I was like, how many gay dogs did I have? You know,
my God.
You shot a lot of my dogs that
Weird.
ran
They
away.
all turned gay around 10.
Didn't realize my dad.
How'd
was,
you know they're gay? Do they bark different? Like what?
Well, I mean, if I'm a dog, I'm gonna be gay. You can barely tell the difference between boy dog, girl dog. Anyway, it's all. I mean, it's not like they got titties or anything.
Bro, I was about
Well-
to. My family did the same thing. Where I have like a
You got me on that one.
great aunt who's homophobic, and we were just like in the weeds about the conversation or something. And I was like, you know, there's like hundreds of species. I didn't know thousands, but I just said hundreds of species that are gay in nature. And she goes, not farm animals. I was like, oh yeah, you watch them around the clock.
Well, you're wrong about goats, lady.
I feel like if it's a corgi, it's not gay.
I feel like if it's a corgi, it's double gay.
It's a corgi, it's trans.
The summer of 1997 says you're wrong about goats.
If it's a corgi, it's almost not even bestiality. Have you seen?
It just looks like a dick.
Hold up.
I'm not
Bitch is
getting,
thick.
not getting this on my computer. We have a story from Germany. 60-year-old man had himself vaccinated. Many people have done this. Many people have gotten vaccinated. Several even got the boosters. Some people got 2 boosters. I hear they've now even authorized a 3rd. This gentleman in Germany has vaccinated himself, dear God, up to 90 times in exchange for the vaccination cards that he can now sell to people who didn't want to get their first shot. 90 times. This, of course, happening, I believe, in, I don't know the name of the place in Germany. It's, wow, 90. I could read more. You want more information?
He's 60.
90. He's 60 years old.
Was like selling
He's
vaccine
selling
cards.
he's getting the shot, he's getting the card, and then he's going and selling the card, and he's going right back to the pharmacy to get jabbed again.
How much?
Did they catch him because like 60 people showed up for a cruise named Gunter?
That's
Just one Gunter is too much.
but 60 Gunters on a carnival going to Kosovo.
We're all Gunter. Here's my
The-
card.
The general manager down in Tampa is like, listen, Antonio Brown, I know you have like a different name, but Gunther? What the fuck is this?
Oh, I thought you were calling me Antonio Brown.
No, you're Tony Brown.
Brown
Yeah,
Antonio.
No,
What
you're-
happens if you get 90 of these?
I don't know.
I mean,
What-
obviously nothing bad if they're just writing articles about.
Oh, you
they
get
didn't-
rich.
Yeah. They didn't go.
And it like what could you not like after 20 maybe made enough money to buy a printer
I don't
and just say fuck it and make your own?
Right.
That's the other thing. It's not like in the U.S. where they're just giving us like a fucking stamped card or whatever. They have vaccine passports and digital
Yes.
documentation.
Oh, no
and
shit.
That's the crazy part. Is like
So he got away with that 90 times. It sounds like a
this
sure
is this
proof.
is this is
Sure
tantamount.
proofs.
I think. I mean, if he's good enough at this is tantamount to counterfeit. Like
It's forgery.
forging documents and all kinds. I'm like, this. What are you selling these for? $400?
How much do you have to make to hire to start subcontracting?
Yeah.
Hey,
Can't you
I'll
just
give
make-
you 200 to go get this shot.
Why didn't you just learn how to make Deutschmarks?
Exactly. Yeah.
It's not even a hard one to counterfeit.
Well, they use-
Ever.
they use-
They're on the zero
euros,
now,
but-
so it's
I just figured like, you know what's crazy? If you do this for profit, I don't like it. But you probably even had someone on this show that's had, you know, Drew Holloway's had 5 or 6 vaccines.
I believe that.
Yeah, and I was like, for what? And he's like, they just can't stop me. It's fully.
See, there was a dude in India that was like a retired postal worker that he went and got his vaccine shot and it made his knees feel better. And so he just fucking kept going
He's
and
like,
getting them.
"This
And
is it,"
he's
yeah.
had like 40 or 50 vaccine shots. But he said every time he gets one, he doesn't have to use a cane to walk anymore.
I mean, has he tried B12? There's options,
Or even
brother.
BC. You know?
Jeez. Okay. There we are. I got one more shot, and then we have one more story. If you guys are down for one that you don't know about. Does that work? Why don't you guys pimp where you are online, Jerry? We know how to find you on TikTok. It's everywhere. Jerry Wayne Live.
Jerry Wayne Longmire on
Jerry
TikTok.
Wayne Longmire. I'm gonna fuck this up.
Yeah, well, I wish I hadn't done that, but
No, I
I
wish
did
you-
do that way I did it.
You
but
did it
Jerry
the right
Wayne
way.
Longmire on TikTok, Jerry Wayne Live on Instagram, and
So those are the ones I would
YouTube.
correct. Those are the ones I would correct. Those places where you have no
I'm
audience.
in the process of changing the YouTube one.
You should change whatever that is, but keep your Jerry Wayne Longmire. That's your name.
Yeah.
Yeah, so easy to find.
Well, it's cool because I'm a junior, so I'm trying to ruin my dad's name.
That's perfect. It's how's he
the
feel
best.
about boots and trucks?
I want to know. I want him every time he searches his name on Google just to see me
Oh, that is revenge is served sweet.
yapping about dumb shit.
Where can they find you?
Well, our socials keep getting nuked because they don't like anything related to InfoWars. But you can find us at the Dershcast, at Alan Dershowitz. You know him, OJ's lawyer, Epstein's lawyer. He podcasts twice a week. I don't know what it's on. Anchor FM? Check it out.
See the one that had them girls that fucked up Caitlyn Jenner?
He didn't get a massage. He had his underwear on. That's what he keeps telling me.
Were you in the lobby?
Was where?
No,
For the
I'm
island?
kidding.
No,
I have no
they
idea.
don't let pores on the island. No, I'm a correspondent, yeah.
It makes me so bad you could get a passport and I can't. The fuck.
Antonio Alpaca Pone on Twitter and where else?
Yeah, but AntonioComedy.com. You can find all my social on there.
And then you have you're running a show in Houston until you get angry and it moves. How does this work?
Actually, I'm down to just my backyard show now.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
You-
tomorrow. But if it's a live show, come to my hit me up and I'll give you my address. It'll be fun.
Wednesdays.
BYOB or
There you
whiskey. Bring your own whiskey. Fuck it.
Perfect. Bring
Or
your own alcohol.
heroin.
or whatever. It's
You
a
don't got- actually,
backyard.
in my neighborhood, you don't got to bring.
It will be available.
Yeah, you can find it.
One more story. This one hit the news today. We'll talk about it. In-flight service is what I've called it. A man on a Southwest Airlines flight from Seattle to Phoenix is facing charges. He dropped his pants and masturbated at least 4 times. Here's the story. It started early on the 3-hour flight when Mr. McGarity took off his pants. He was seated in now you guys have been on planes, you know. He was seated in seat 11F. That's a window on the right side of the plane, and a female witness was seated in 11E. This woman, we got to start with the fact that she wasn't smart enough to get out of a middle seat. So she is next to 11F. Shortly after taking off while the aircraft was in the air, McGarity exposed his penis. The female noticed him. She began taking this is where the story gets weird. When the female seated next to him noticed the behavior, she began taking pictures of him. And then when he fell asleep after masturbating for roughly an hour, the passenger told a crew member what she had witnessed and then was allowed to move to another seat.
Well, that was nice of him.
Yeah, McGarity said he advised her that he said, do you mind if I masturbate? And according to her, or according to him, the female witness put her hands in the air and said, it doesn't really matter. So he took that as
Yes.
What is she, The Rock?
well, he said
That sounds like a yes.
he said he thought the
It doesn't
response
matter if you masturbate.
was
No
kind-
means no. It doesn't matter means yes.
Didn't she watch the?
I think she was acknowledging that whatever she said. was
Well,
not-
he thought it was kind of kinky and believed she was comfortable with it. She did sit there for an hour.
Hasn't Louis C.K. learned his lesson?
Yes, that's McGarity won an Oscar or a Grammy 4 hours later. I know as soon as he landed.
I mean, for fuck's sakes, he's going to Phoenix. That's probably the last time he's going to feel good.
that's
The crazy
It's-
part is they'll let you jerk off as long as you want in those bathrooms. You know what I mean? Like,
they're so small.
they're so small, but they're not as small as the seats. Like
Have you ever done it while they were trying to descend
No.
no.
in the bathroom? Because I mean, when you gotta go, and you gotta go, and by
Yeah.
go I mean come.
Is it do something weird when you with the splooge, or is it? Oh, is it kind
Well,
of like asphyxiation? 'Cause
Here's the
It's,
thing: if it happens at the right
yeah.
time, though, you get that sort of anti-gravity moment where
Yeah.
it's. Have
Do
you
your
ever
ears
seen
stop?
yourself floating
It
in
actually
front of your
doesn't-
own face?
it doesn't ejaculate at all. Just goes.
That's what I'm saying. It's you have to use one of those space cups. Like
Yeah, I still have that nut inside of.
Somewhere
When-
Trey Tutson is so mad he's not part of this
it's
conversation.
of course he is. It's very weird. It can get loose like a blood clot.
A bumba clot, if you will.
kumquat.
Kumquat. That's
kumquat.
which is a weird fruit that I think they only enjoy in Indonesia.
They call that a date now.
Fuzzy.
A kumquat. That's is also known as a date.
you
Which
can
brings
take
us right
kumquat
back
on
to
a
Hyper.
date.
Here we go. All the wordplay in the world.
There's just so
Said,
many.
I'm missing it. You usually get there before I do.
How do you not jerk off in the cockpit? How does that?
Which is also a different fruit, part of a fruit.
Are we talking about the flight attendant now?
Maybe he. You know what?
Wow.
Hell yeah.
If you can understand all
We
that.
talk about dog again. What is happening?
No, if you can understand that entire line of comedy, you have full on autism. You have,
Absolutely.
as we say in medical,
You are-
big autism.
You are actually off the spectrum.
Yeah, you're on
if
the-
you're
But
off.
you damn sure ain't allowed in North Carolina.
So what if it was just a guy who's like really afraid of gremlins? You know, what I mean? Like he's like, I gotta keep him away.
No water.
I see him on the wing.
I missed that fucking sequel.
There's some.
But Will is going to be starring in that.
Hell yeah.
That one's
He
greenlit.
will work anywhere
That's
at this point.
Oh, I'm so happy we threw in a bonus story, and I'm glad you guys stuck around for it. I feel good about that. That was deep. There were layers to the onion. I raise my glass to all of you. Jerry Wayne Longmire, Radu Bondar, Antonio Aguilar. Yeah, you can ding again if there's another one.
Last question. What do you think's worse, someone masturbating next to you, or the plane that you're into being the one that hit 9/11?
Oh, how do you know that wasn't happening on one of the 9/11 planes?
Oh, that's funny.
I imagine a lot of it was going on.
They knew like 10
Of
minutes.
course.
Oh my god.
It's
You
a
know
race.
there was at least one person, one of them
This
office
part's gonna get
bathrooms.
canceled. But you know how they were making those phone calls to their love? They're like, "I love you," and one guy's like, "Hey, come on, hurry up!"
No, there's probably just like one rebel. He's like, I'm going to take my seatbelt off.
And there was probably one flight attendant who still yelled at him. There's
Yeah.
I
go
just
of
think
it.
about how many people rub one out at work in the bathroom.
she's got
Like,
a-
there was somebody that didn't know that happened until they were done.
Bro,
We
3 podcasts I've pulled off out of 1,000.
The flight attendant's got a box cutter sticking out of her, and she's like, "Sir, can you put your seatbelt back on?"
We almost got to the end without getting demonetized, and then I just had to take it.
It's whatever.
We're never going to have a sponsor.
Yeah, but we're gonna find all the punchlines in every subject.
Yeah.
So you can't have both,
That's
Jerry.
a great trade-off.
No, it's
Can't
not.
eat your cake and fuck it too, Jerry.
Slade Ham is this thing on, goes into hiatus for a bit. We'll be back probably this summer.
This is enforced by YouTube now. The hiatus is not even.
Yeah, it's
Well, that's what happens when you close on Kumquat.
it's
They called it COVID misinformation.
hiatus, shadow ban, call it what you will. We're easy to find. The Whiskey Brothers are everywhere. Thanks to Hilla Felice running back of house, and to you guys for everything. You guys listening as well. See you soon.